I started vlogging as a way of getting out of my comfort zone and making my voice heard over multiple mediums, even though I absolutely hate vlogging and videoing myself. Likewise, I am very anxious about this particular video more so than most, which means, knowing my luck, it's going to be my most viewed video on YouTube. So, yay, fun. That being said, I'm about to talk about some personal political views, and people I know on both sides of the argument are about to judge me and or get really pissed off. So, either way, enjoy. The day after Donald Trump was inaugurated as the 45th President of the United States, there was a women's march on Washington that included hundreds of thousands of people protesting. Now, I am a feminist, and a lot of people I know in real life don't understand why I feel the need to be a feminist. The wage gap isn't real, they say, or don't we already have all the rights that men have? And I disagree with both of those statements. While I do know that women have come a long way over the last 100 years, I also know the fact that someone could be elected president who had pending rape charges, and I believe his exact words were, "You have to grab them by the pussy." The fact that a man like that can be elected president shows that we still have a long way to go as far as equal rights. That being said, people on both sides of the aisle equate feminism with pro-choice. So the term pro-life feminist seems like an oxymoron. But pro-life feminist is not an oxymoron, which is why I was so disappointed and discouraged to find that groups such as Feminists for Life were not only excluded from the Women's March on Washington, but were actively pushed out by many of the pro-choice activists in the march. I realized that a lot of the women who marched on Washington were trying to convey to the president and Congress that it was not okay with them that laws about their reproductive systems are being made by a bunch of old white men rather than allowing women to speak and argue. I get that. Seeing that picture of Trump signing that bill surrounded by other old white men did not make me feel good either. But there are other issues with this administration that I, as a pro-life feminist, and other like-minded pro-life feminists want to protest. To completely disregard our voices is not only insulting, but wrong. If you are truly feminist, you advocate for the woman to be able to make her own choice about these things. So I, as a woman, can choose to be pro-life and should still be respected as a woman using my voice. So be feminist, be pro-choice, but let me make the choice whether or not I agree with you, without saying that I am betraying my gender. And now that I've pissed off half of my online friends, I guess it's time to turn and talk to my in real life friends. Hi! You cannot begin and end your argument with abortion is wrong. You cannot begin your argument with abortion is wrong and end it with I will adopt your baby if you are thinking about an abortion. Those are not the answers. The answer is also not don't have sex if you're not prepared to deal with the consequences. The best ways to reduce abortion continue to be comprehensive sexual education, free or low-cost contraceptives and birth control, more resources for low-income women who want to keep their children but can't afford to. All of these are things that many of the conservative right want to get rid of. You want abstinence-only education. You want not to have to pay for someone else's birth control. You want not to have to pay for the welfare when they have the child. But all of these things contribute to the idea that abortion is their only option. At UNC, I was part of the student organization Carolina for Life, and the leader of the pro-life Alliance of Gays and Lesbians came and spoke to our club one day. She talked about how so many people are fighting the legislative fight, but her goal is to end the reasons that women feel they need an abortion. She talked about when she was young and pregnant, and her father told her that if she was pregnant, she might as well not come home, that she didn't have a place to go. Legalizing abortion without eliminating the causes for abortion is going to result in a lot of desperate people. That's the last thing we want. Which is why I was so disappointed and discouraged to find that groups such as Feminists for Life were not only excluded from the Women's March on Washington, but were actively pushed out by many of the pro-choice activists in the march.